You're talking with this person and the conversation is going pretty well. You have interesting to share and the other person also have interesting things to share. You believe there might even be some positive chemistry going on, but suddenly you don't know what to say. There is a blank in the conversation. You start to feel some pressure in your body. You think of what you could say, scanning everything, but either you already talked about it, or it's stupid, or any other reason that you don't want to tell what's in your mind. And you start to feel even more pressure. And the other person, you think, feels the same. They also don't know what else to talk about. The conversation seems to be stuck. You feel even more anxious because you feel that you are making the other person feel anxious. What do? Maybe you excuse yourself, you get a drink, or you pretend you're going to the toilet, or you pretend that it's late already, that you have to go home, but it's only 8 p.m. Ha! Very bad excuse. If you ever found yourself in a situation feeling awkward and pressure because you have nothing else to say to continue the discussion, first know that you're not alone. Happens to everyone. It's not because you're bad at conversations. Sometimes it just happens. And the problem is that when you start to fight it, when you actively makes a lot of effort to find something else to keep the conversation going, and you feel the pressure increases, it's not gonna work, because the pressure makes it even harder for it to work. What I found is that the best way is not to find what to say, it's to accept how you feel. And I can tell you how I discovered this strategy and had one of the most meaningful conversations that I had in my life. A few years ago, I was in the city of Kaohsiung in Taiwan, and I went to a hostel. Now, the reason I went there is, first, I traveled because I wanted to overcome my shyness and I wanted to be able to connect with people. But first, during my trips, I went to hotels, so I didn't really meet people, and it didn't really work. I decided to change strategy and go to an hostel. And there I saw a guy who was about 60, 65 years old. Typically not the type of person that you meet in an hostel. But I thought, I'm gonna talk with this guy because that's why I'm here, to make connections. So I sat next to the guy, introduced myself. Hey, I'm Jeff. It's my first time in Taiwan. You too? Okay, great. What are you doing here? Do you like it? Did you already visit this place and that place? And after a few minutes of conversation, I hit the wall. And this guy was more than double my age, so I had no idea how I could pursue the conversation, because there didn't seem to be many things that we had in common, besides being in the same city and visiting Taiwan. I started to scan what I can say, but I didn't find anything. And I felt the pressure coming again in my body. And I thought, wow, this guy must feel also anxious like me, and we have to break this silence at all costs. And I felt the urge to just go away, to stand up and find an excuse and go away. But I recognized the pattern. I recognized that this was something that happened a few times in my life and that made me feel particularly anxious. So I thought, this time I'm not gonna fight it. I'm gonna feel the discomfort, the awkwardness, the embarrassment, and just stay with it without trying to change it. And I'm going to do it in a way that I will wait for the other person to talk first. So I thought, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna wait for this other guy, this old guy, to talk first. Even if I feel pressure, even if I feel anxious. And so I stayed. And I tried to breathe. And the pressure was not decreasing, still very high. But I thought, I'm just gonna stay. I will not move. And this was taking forever. And I thought, will this guy even talk, or what will happen? And after what felt like an eternity, the guy said, that's interesting. I didn't know what he was talking about. Somehow, we restarted the conversation. And then we talked about life, about meaning, about experiences. It was one of the most meaningful conversations that I had in my life. But it happened only because I stayed, because I didn't try to fight. And I remember there was something that helped me stand it. Because just before he spoke, I thought of something that completely decreased my anxiety. And it was, Jeff, this guy is more than double your age. He can handle it. He can handle the fact that he's having a conversation with a guy who's half his age, even less, and that don't know what to say. It's okay. There's a guy with experience. He can handle it. And as soon as I saw that the guy can handle it, the discomfort, I felt better. Which made me go to the weird conclusion that the reason I was feeling so awkward, having nothing to say, and the conversation stalling, was because I saw that it would make the other person feel uncomfortable. It wasn't about me, because I accepted to feel the discomfort. For me, it was fine. So I'm fine, I will accept the discomfort. I am gonna make it space. I'm not gonna try to do something to make it go away. But then the rest of the anxiety was coming because I thought this is me making this other person feel the discomfort. But if you believe that other people can handle discomfort, that they're strong, it goes away. Sometimes the reason that you feel anxious in a situation isn't about yourself, it's to protect other people, which is weird because then you limit yourself to protect other people. So the next time you are in a conversation and you feel the pressure because you have nothing else to say, change your approach. Don't try to leave. Don't try to artificially make the conversation going. Wait and breathe. Remember that the other person will not die out of it. They're strong. And don't say anything before they talk. That's how you break it. Because once you realize that it's okay once, then you learn that it's gonna be okay in all other situations. If you don't fight, if you accept to stay with the discomfort, something magical might happen for you. I leave you on this. If you like this video, leave a comment, like, and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to know more on how to overcome shyness and social anxiety and develop unstoppable courage, I put a link to my book in the description. Bye!